Okay, I think I found the lighting that I love. So welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you don't already know me and you are new here, I am your favorite event planner girly. I live in New York City and I just, share my perspective of life from what it's like to be an event producer living in New York City as a Black girl. But I think in this video, I'm going to get into a little bit more of why I'm starting to kind of change the focus of my content and kind of what I've learned over the last 6 months as I've committed to putting myself out there and filming content, which really hasn't been easy. Y'all, it has not been easy at all. But the ups and downs that I've kind of had since my commitment, which if you watched my first video or second video that I ever posted, I talked about my commitment to posting in 2024, whether it's on social and really pushing myself to be out there, but also just what I've done since then, where I'm at. My last YouTube video I think was in March, which was a minute ago, but I'm gonna do all this while putting on my face because I'm going on brunch to meet up with my girlie, my cousin. So I'm excited. Actually, my cousin Chrissy, from one of the videos that I did with her from the Everyday Woman series, so if you haven't watched that video, I'll put it in the link below for you to watch. But yeah, so you know me, I have to have my tea. So I've been on a green tea kick lately. This is some black tea. I don't hate it, but I've also been trying to not put sugar in my tea because I don't know, I just been going a little bit too hard with the sugars and I'm trying to bring it down a little bit, and it's kind of showing in my skin. You see that? You see that? Yeah. She's not cute. She's not cute. But yeah, we're gonna do my full little summer makeup routine. I don't think I've done a YouTube video with that before. I've just done social posts with it, but I'll walk you through the whole thing at the same time while I try to tell you about my journey, because I really don't know if I feel like I have undiagnosed ADHD, but I might get off track, but don't worry, I'm gonna loop it back. So I'm gonna start off with my e.l.f. primer, Power Grip Primer. This baby, I have really oily skin, so I don't really know if I should be using this that much, but I do. I just like the dewy finish it gives me, and I already have greasy scents, so my skin pretty much already has kind of a shiny finish in the summer anyway, but at least the makeup stays on my face. That's all I have to say. But this is kind of my first step. I already put sunscreen on. Don't worry. We already got the sunscreen on, and we're also going to try... We're not going to try it because I've tried it already, but I haven't really done my makeup in natural light in a minute, so I really want to see how this comes out. But the Supergoop Protectant 50 SPF that everybody's been raving about. I usually use Fenty skin tint over the summer. That's my favorite go-to girly, but I'm going to try this. I'm going to try this and see how it goes. But yeah. Anyway, back in, I think it was December of last year, I really made a full commitment to myself that I was going to start pushing myself on social media, whether it was YouTube, Instagram, which I already have a very tiny following on, but it was kind of nice because I really wanted to feature myself and what I do as an event producer living in New York City. I feel like there's not a lot of Black girls out there that I know that do the kind of work that I do. So scroll back if you haven't watched my videos. I am a full-time event producer that lives in New York City, and I produce a lot of galas, cocktail parties, fundraising events for a lot of nonprofit organizations through my company. I've been with my company for about 2 years now, but before that, I had a hell of a journey in events, and I love my job now. I love where I am. So it's exciting. I love my job. So then at the end of last year, I wanted to really take myself to this next level. I had already been at my job for 1.5 years. I'm always thinking about what's next. So I really wanted to see what I could do outside of work and even inside of work that was really going to push me to get to that next level. So I started waking up earlier. I created a time schedule for me. I would produce content in the afternoon because I had already worked out and done everything in the morning. So January, February, March, April, your girl was killing it. Okay. And when I say killing it, I ended up producing someone reached out to me to host an influencer event, and I was like, yo, I don't know what I'm doing. And they were like, stop playing. You produce content online. You really can do this. And I was like, I can't. I kept telling them, okay, do it. They pushed me to do it, and I did it. And it was great. Maybe I'll drop a video about that because that experience was interesting, but also I learned a lot in terms of sometimes people can see more in you than you can see in yourself. And sometimes you gotta listen to them because they know you, and that's okay. So I'm putting this on right now, and it doesn't look exactly my match, but that's the point. I guess it's supposed to like someone look. I'm trying to decide if I'm gonna use my finger or am I gonna use a brush. I'm gonna use a brush. We're gonna use a brush just because I'm like, yeah, I just like a brush, and then I'll finish off with a beauty blender. But yeah, and then after that, I pretty much took a really hard fall off like in the last 3 months or so. And I think after that party, and I was so happy about what I did not maintain my momentum, and I kind of like took a little bit of a break because I was burnt out. And then also at work itself, like I produce events mostly at work, but I do some stuff outside of work for friends and family or whatever. And May is like our heavy event season. So like I had gotten burnt out from like producing content, and I just needed a little bit of a break, I felt. And I was starting to lose sight of the direction of I was really going in. Like I recognized why I wanted to produce this content was to shed light on some of the work that I do, because I don't feel like there's a lot of women out there that do what I do in event production. But I also felt like why did I want to push that so hard? Like, okay, there's not a lot of women out there doing it. Did I want there to be other women doing it or feel like they can do it? And I feel like I've kind of lost sight of a lot of that. And I started producing other content on my page too. Okay, I like this. We're gonna blop it in there. I'm not a heavy, like, I don't really like heavy makeup on my face. Like, I wore foundation yesterday and I was like, ooh, child, foundation, that's a lot. But, okay. Then we're gonna go in with my Sephora Best Skin Ever concealer. What shade is this? This is 36. So after I fell off real hard and I started to lose sight of where I was going with everything, I just felt kind of defeated. And then I started producing other content around like makeup and you know, travel and just random things that would just basically pop into my mind and my head, which was fun. But then I just felt like I was just producing whatever for followers, and like not even for followers. I feel like I don't even know who's watching me, like I always said, but just for no purpose. There was no drive or there's no purpose around me and my content of what I was producing, which can get weird and demotivates you from creating any content at all, because then it's just like an overload of, you know, content and possibilities, and you're like, oh, I could produce this, then I would save this video that I saw as inspo, then I would do this, but then I'm like, I don't really want to do any of it. So that's how I've kind of fallen off. Oh, that was also my Fenty Beauty stick, the match stick, and it's in Truffle 404 is my shade. But I think that has been really tough for me, and so I kind of just like fell off completely, and now I'm starting to figure out what I want for myself next in terms of media content. I also produced the Everyday Woman series on my YouTube channel, which I absolutely loved, and I think I want to do more of that because truthfully, it was just so much fun, like talking to other women just to see like what they're up to and what they're doing in life, and just listening to their perspectives was really nice. And I enjoyed it because it's a constant phase of I was learning, but I was also getting to interview and also getting to talk to people. And honestly, a lot of people said that I was kind of natural at it, which I felt like there's no way I'm natural at this because I have no idea what I'm doing. But I think what could have made it seem like it was natural was that I would start my like producing, or I don't even know how to say this. I would start my, not even scripting, but the way that I would want to run the cast is the interview was I would list out a topic that I want to talk to them about, and then I would list out a few questions that I had for them and relating to that topic. And then I would just let it flow from there. And half the time I really didn't even look at my paper because the conversations just became so interesting. Like, people are interesting. Ooh, this is definitely the wrong brush. People are interesting to listen to, and everyone has such a different perspective that it was just really nice to just hear what other people had from different perspectives. Like the interview with Chrissy on real estate and financial wealth, the interview with Simone and her travels and all that stuff. Like Candace Maxwell, who is my cousin, but also is like amazing actress and is on her way to be a BET star, you know? You know what? Let me double check if this is recording because I don't even know if it is. Yeah, we're recording. Okay, so then I enjoyed that series, and then I've started to kind of reevaluate what I want to do in producing content. Like, who am I, and who is Taylor Bragnock? And I realized that I had pushed myself out there as an event producer who lives in New York City, and I want to produce content around what it's like to be a Black event producer in New York City, but that's just not all I am. And I feel like I enjoy producing content outside of that, and I think I have decided that I really don't want to define who I am online and on social media as just an event producer. Like, an event producer is what I do. It's what makes me happy. It's my job. But it's also just not all of who I am. And I think that's really important for me to be able to jump back into content creation and look at like what I want to produce. I am going on summer travels this summer, going in with my Fenty cream blush, which I love. This one is the Rose Latte. It's been beat up, y'all. It's beat up. But I heard my girl Riri is out here sending boxes to people. Send one to me because I literally love your content. I mean, I love I love her products. I love her makeup. It just sits well on my face. I don't know. Anyway, so dag, this is the ADHD I was talking to you about. Okay, so I was talking about the cream blush, then I was talking about I have a lot of travels coming up. That's where I was. And I am going to be traveling across Europe and going back to Colombia again. I'm going back to London, which is really exciting. I haven't been there in like 5 years, 6 years. And I'm going back to Cabo, which is super exciting. And my new spot this year is Portugal. Yay. So I would love to produce content around that. I also love to just wear new outfits. Like, do y'all see this top I have on right now? This is new. Where did I get this from though? I'm trying to remember if it was one of my online hauls. I think it was like an in-store buy. It could have been Marshall's. I love these little tops. Oh no, this was definitely an H&M buy. There we go. But I've been on my shopping because I need new outfits for the summer and my trips and stuff. But overall to say that I have realized that I love producing and making content around like just me as Taylor and my everyday life and what I love to do and things that I enjoy. And I would like to share that with you all. So while I am still going to be producing content around what it's like to be an event producer, like, you know, everyone's like, you need to find your niche. I'm like, the niche is me, because I don't know anyone like me. I don't know anyone who does what I do. I don't know anyone who experiences what I experience. And this is just my whole self. And I'm going to put it out there because, you know what? I love that. I love that for us. I love that for me. I love it. And it's just who I am. Okay, this is the One Size setting powder in translucent. I went to I went to DC and I told my friend I wasn't going to Sephora with her. Well, I thought I wasn't gonna go, and then I was like, nah, I need to go with her. So we went to Sephora, and I was like, I'm not gonna spend any money though, because y'all know how it goes. You go on Sephora, you look at something, you're like, oh shoot, I need this. Then it's like 10 items later, and you're like, how did I get here? And I'm $150 in. So I ended up buying the small one size because I wanted to try it. And I actually really like it. I don't hate it. And then I also needed a new brow pencil. So the girlies told me to go ahead and get this NYX brow pencil that, you know, we love NYX. Like, we all have NYX products. It's affordable. They're nice. This one I think is a little too light for me. Like, I think it's a little bit too brown. Yeah, it's definitely too brown. I should have gotten the shade darker, but it's okay. We're just filling it in. We're going for a natural look. A natural look. So, yeah, we're just gonna fill in these lines here. I still might use my Anastasia paint pot just to fill in some of this color because it is a little light, you know, it's a little light. Let's see, it's a little light. So I used the Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Brow, and I've been using this for years. This is like my third one, and do y'all know how long it takes for Dip Brow to get, like, to be done? I don't really wear makeup that often, like during the week, so you know I've been using it heavy because you know, it's my trusty girl. It's my trusty girl. But anyway, putting a little bit of this on to kind of complete the front of my brows. There we go. That's my color match right there. Oh, you see that? You saw that? If you're not careful, you can be really harsh with this, and it's not cute. It's really not cute when you got some harsh lines on your face. It's just not adorable. So this is me. This is me. Anyway, so I think when it comes to my journey of content creation, it has been fun. I've had a really good time. I took some time off, but now I have to be back because, one, there are a few things I learned from content creation. The first one is that it's really hard, and people really don't understand how hard it is to create content, especially if you work a 9-to-5 job, which I do. And I think you have to be very disciplined to do it. So that meant for me waking up early in the morning and going to the gym, and then, you know, doing all the things that I could in the morning so that after work I could like produce content. If it was still light outside, I could record. But if it's not light outside, because natural lighting looks best, then I have to record something in my like workspace area / like vanity space, which is still fine. It's not just like as, you know, nice and sunny. And then I could edit content when I got home, but it's just, it was just a whole lot of scheduling. So that's the one thing I did learn is like, you really need to stick to your schedule, and putting myself on that early 5:30 a.m. wake up is really what changed my entire year, because if I didn't do that, I wouldn't have been able to create as much content as I did. So for the early morning risers, if you're somebody that has told you that you need to wake up at 5:30, do it. Because, and how you should do it, well, how I did it is that I didn't just wake up early one day and decide that this was going to be the rest of my life. I'm gonna wake up at 5:30. I started to wake up. So I usually was waking up at like 7:30 a.m. And then I was like, I have to be at work at 9. That's ridiculous. It's not enough time to do anything. So I started to wake up at like 7. Then I started to wake up at 6:30. Then I started to wake up at 5:30. But then I also didn't start off by going to the gym. I started off by like listening to an affirmation or listening to a podcast, really. So I would wake up, and instead of like turning my phone on, I would just like turn my phone on to a podcast and like not scroll on social media. This is my, oh, I didn't tell y'all what I just used. So this is the Naughty Cocoa by Fenty. You know, I'm a Fenty girl, said it, been say it. And then this is the Pinch Me Pink blush from MAC, which it's so cute. Like, do y'all see this? I've had this also forever, so I don't really use it that often. So, but it is like the perfect pink on my face. So that's the first thing I learned. The second thing I learned is that trying to really find like your groove of what you want to produce, like I just said, can be hard. I think defining, like I said, defining yourself as one thing can be difficult unless you are truly committed to producing that content. Like if you are wholeheartedly like, I want to produce event content, or I want to produce content around like, you know, clothes and, you know, what people can buy and things like that, go for it, love it, it's you. But for someone like me who feels like I am kind of like all of those things, I I think reevaluate and just think about how you want to market yourself, which is kind of what I'm doing now, and really trying to figure out where I want to go with it. Although I still am producing events and I love event production, and it will still be a big part of my work, it's not going to be its entirety, which is fine. I've also learned, what else have I learned? I've also learned that consistency is key. So like keeping that rigorous schedule that I had to being able to produce the content that I was producing was very important, because if I didn't have that, I wouldn't have been able to really produce the content that I was producing. I forgot my liner. There's always something that I'm forgetting. Just something. Whatever. Anyway, so the one thing I did realize is that consistency is really key. If you're not consistent, and even like on the days that you don't want to post, just post. Because even the simplest piece of content, like for example, I'll give y'all an example. One day in, I think, March, I told my best friend, I called her and I was like, you know what, girl, I'm just like really tired of producing content. Like, I really feel like I'm burnt out of ideas. And she's like, how are you burnt out of ideas? And I'm like, girl, I don't know. I just started this 3 months ago and I feel like I really don't know what I'm doing. And she said, well, what are you doing today? And I said, I'm making plantain for breakfast because my grandma's coming over upstairs for breakfast, and she told me I should just bring the plantain. So she's like, why don't you just record that? Like, record you getting the plantain, making sure you're cooking it, getting dressed, getting ready, bringing it upstairs. And I was like, all right. So against my will, I did. And the video was so simple. It maybe took me like 15 minutes to edit. It was super easy. I just put different angles, stationed it in different places. That video ended up being my most watched and viewed video ever. I think it had over 20,000 views, which might not be a lot for some of y'all, but it's a lot for me. And I think I had over 750 likes, which is in like the first 2 days, which was nuts. And then the video that I posted the day after that still got the same kind of traction. And honestly, I've been trying to see what I did to those videos to really make it like that big, because those to this day are my highest watched and viewed videos. But I think truthfully, it was just the relatable content, like me just being in my house, making breakfast, cooking, and then going to, you know, bring it to my grandma's house, or me getting my hair done. Because, like, you know, Black women hairstylists are not hard to find because there's so many of them. But in Harlem, where I am, like, I have very specific people that I go to, and sharing that content. So the content that I think got the most amount of push was what's relatable. And for me, the hard part is that the event content that I produce is not always that relatable, because it is stuff that people aren't really used to, like fundraising and galas. And a lot of my audience of Black people or Black women, like, I feel like I don't have a lot of philanthropic people who watch my stuff, or even like event producers. But all to say, I don't really think like my audience is always engaged with my content, but that's okay. Like, I feel like over time I will find who that content is supposed to be for, and they will come find me. So, but I'm gonna continue producing what I think I should produce, because it's full-hearted being me. So, all right, I can't talk while I put this liner on because I will get it all over my face. So this is my NYX Epic Wear waterproof liner. I don't love waterproof liners. Like, I just wear this one because it's what I have. But if it's, I like non-waterproof anything. But I do have to say, if your eyes tear up, it's not moving, y'all. This shit is not moving for you. Like, ooh, it's just a thin line there. And a thin line here. Fill it in. That's all we want for today. That's all we want. Something light, something natural, something light, natural. So boom. Boom. Ooh, don't mess me up. Villain. Whew. Whew. Okay, eyebrows are supposed to be sisters, not twins. And so are these wings, because I don't even think this one is long enough. But honestly, I don't really care. I'm having a fun day with my girl, my cousin. Like, we're just gonna have fun. And then, my friend Noni, she gave me this Say Beauty mascara, which has become my new recent fave. She is a model and she's fantastic, and they invited her to a beauty event and she gave me this. So thank you, Noni. Because I was also just looking for a new mascara anyway and I couldn't find one, but this is perfect. Sometimes the waterproof liner can like get into my lashes and make them kind of clumpy at the ends. I don't know if y'all can see that, so I have to be careful when I put it on, or else I'll have clumpy end lash lines, which is not cute. So yeah, put that on. So that was the third thing I learned from content creation over the last few months. But then also to be kind and gentle to myself. Like, it's been a lot going on for me. I've had a really tough 2 years personally. And I still really do have a hard time, and I still probably will have a hard time for the rest of my life with this, but pertaining to grief. But I think being kind to myself and also just having the support system that I have has been so lovely. Like, I love my friends, I love my family. They are always rooting for me, we are rooting for each other. And I think as we get older, it's like so nice to see everyone doing their own thing and developing in the things that we've always said that we want them to do. And like, I'm 28, approaching 29. And I feel like I'm in this stage where I'm really trying to work hard because I just want to build, baby. Like, I'm in this like building phase. Like, I just want to build. I know that there is so much more to me and there's so much more meant for me. And I just feel it in my system, in my body, whether it's work, relationships, really just like myself, that sometimes I kind of cry about it because I'm like, I feel like there's so much more to me that I'm waiting to come out or discover, and God has planned for me, but I really just need to trust in him and know that it will come. It will come, and I just need to be patient. But there's a difference between being patient and putting in the work and being patient and not doing anything at all. And I will not be one of those people who scream for God to help deliver something to me and I don't do anything. So, but I am excited that I have kind of come to this general consensus, gotten myself back on YouTube. Oh, the fourth thing, YouTube has totally changed my confidence when it comes to speaking. I have always had to present because I've always been in jobs that have forced me to make presentations and stuff like that. Or I've been in school, like I worked in schooling for a while and I was an operations manager. I managed a school and I used to have to make like announcements to staff and the staff meetings and stuff. And honestly, like that stuff was not hard, but it was challenging. And in my current role, I don't have to do a lot of that. And when I do speak to a lot of people, it's usually in smaller settings or I'm speaking to staff to let them know what we need to do for an event. And because I haven't been able to do it in so long since I started this job, and I don't do it as much as I used to in front of big crowds, it's kind of been interesting because I haven't been putting myself out there as much and I'm like losing those skills. So YouTube has helped me because I feel way more confident when I speak to myself or to you all. And I'm constantly practicing getting better and getting better. And even like listening to my language, like I'll watch this video again and be like, girl, you said like 50,000 times, you need to work on that. But something you need to work on. And there's no shame in having to work on anything. BRB, I need to get my lip gloss and my underliner because I forgot it. Hold on. Okay, so my lip liner combo that I've been on right now is the Sephora Contour Gel Rogue Gel Lip Liner in the, I don't even know what color this is, honestly. It says 17 Molasses, but this one is smooth. Like, it goes on pretty smooth. Like, look at that. Oops. Damn. That was an over lip line if I've seen one. Like, what? Not really into the overlining. This is not really my thing. Like, sometimes if I mistakenly go overline, I'll like run with it, but not really into the overlining. Also, it's getting hot outside. Take care of yourselves, because look at, you see my lips? I have like some dark marks on here that I have gotten, and that's from dehydration and not drinking as much as I should, because I'm a tea addict and all I drink is cups of tea, and I really need to drink more water. So there's that. But then I go in with my Fenty Beauty Fussy, which I have like 3 of these mini ones because I travel with them all the time. And they're so convenient. Like, look at that. It's so cute. Perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. But overall, I've said overall like 5 times, and that's going to be one thing that I'm going to go back in this video and be like, girl. Anyway, I have grown from content creation and learning that I am more than just an event producer. I'm someone who loves to create beauty content. I'm someone who loves to travel, which I'm so excited. Like, y'all are gonna get some travel content from me. But all of that too with some event content. Like, I'll probably do some videos of the hotels that I'm staying in, the outfits I'm wearing, and also just, I love event spaces still. I think that's something that's so underrated in New York City. Like, there are so many event places and people hit me up and they're like, do you know a place for this? Or do you know a space for this? And I'm like, I probably do, but I don't know. I've been to spaces, but it's kind of interesting because there are so many spots in the city, and most of them I usually work at are like larger venues, but I go out a lot, and as I'm traveling I'll probably see a lot more spaces that I could feature for you guys. So keep an eye out, like keep an eye out for it. It's coming. I also was low-key really nervous about recording this video because I haven't recorded in 3 months, and this felt really good. And I'm really happy and I'm really proud of myself that I pushed myself to do this. But lastly, like I said, I love the Everyday Woman series, but I think that's going to be coming back as like a normal thing for me. I loved speaking to women and just talking to them about their experiences in life. And that's something that I will continue to do because we all need to continuously learn, and just making those videos felt like not only was I just talking to people, I was learning from them, and it was so nice. So I'm gonna go in lastly with my Airbrush Flawless Setting Spray, which I've been using lately. Nothing too crazy. The girlies have been drenching their faces and ruining their makeup with setting spray. Like, you don't have to always go that hard, y'all. Just like, we need it, but we don't need that much. Like, and that's fine. We don't need to drench our faces in setting spray. Like, and that's it. That's the full summer makeup look. I got my little pony going. Y'all, I'm gonna show you this trick I came up with that makes it seem like I have a fuller ponytail than I actually do. This is not a piece. This is my hair. Like, everything is my hair here. I don't got no pieces in here. Fully natural. And I'm also gonna do a video and show you guys the products that I've used in my hair over the last year, because my hair was fully blonde last April. Like, I had a full blonde head of hair. So, and it was cut into a bob. So for my hair to have grown this much in 1 year, like, maybe I need to drop the beauty secrets, because y'all, like, this is crazy. I can't believe my hair has grown this much. I always say it to my hairstylist, apologies, I live in New York City, so the cops and the ambulance are on fire all the time outside my apartment, and I live in Harlem. So it just makes it even 10 times crazier. But this is me. I'm so glad that y'all are back with me for another video, and I will produce more content and videos for you all, and I'm so excited to see you. So thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And we're going up on this journey. Let's go. Just know that you were here from the beginning. Just, you could be one of those that are like, I was here from the beginning when I knew Tay, when she was in her little apartment in Harlem, started to produce content, not really knowing what she's doing, and now she is like amazing. I'm amazing now, and like, I just like to say those things just to give myself some positive affirmations. But trust and believe, it only goes up from here, baby. Same for you. It only goes up from here. Like, trust, speak those positive things. We're only going up. Only going up. But anyway, see y'all later. Headed to brunch. Thank you.